Kelly Barlow Creations. If you're new to my channel and stopping by for the first time, thank you for stopping by. Welcome to my channel. Stick around a while by clicking that red button for more crafting on a budget, more everything on a budget videos to come. And if you click it again when the bell appears, YouTube will notify you when I'm uploading a new video. If you're interested in following me on social media, you can find those links in the description box below, along with my P.O. box if you're interested in sending me mail and watching me open it up in a video. So what do I have going on for you for today? Today I am bringing to you another episode of Look What I Do With This Item from the Dollar Tree, and I cannot wait to show you what I do with this French wood rolling pin that the Dollar Tree carries. This DIY is so budget friendly and the outcome is stinking amazing. You are gonna love this. I'm really excited about this DIY because it was something that I actually saw on TV and I knew that I could recreate it using items from the Dollar Tree. So let's jump into it and let me show you what I have in mind for this wood French rolling pin that you can pick up from the Dollar Tree.
For this DIY, I will be using this wooden rolling pin that you can get from the Dollar Tree, some of Dollar Tree's floral tape and floral wire. I'll also be using this acrylic paint by Folk Art in the color of Cafe Latte, and this chalk paint in the color of Ivory by Waverly. I'll also be using a Crackle Medium by Folk Art as well. Alrighty, let's get this DIY started with this wood rolling pin that you can get from the Dollar Tree. I'm going to start off by taking a Sharpie marker and I'm going to put 3 dots on this wood rolling pin, evenly spacing them out. And I'm going to keep them about 1 inch from 1.5 inches from the top and the bottom of the rolling pin. Then taking my drill, I'm using a 1/8 drill bit. I'm going to drill through the holes that I just placed with my Sharpie marker, going all the way through the rolling pin. And I'm going to do this to all 3 dots. The hand drill that I'm using today is by Black & Decker, and it's a drill that you can get at Walmart for about $15. It's so inexpensive because it is charged with a cord. It doesn't have the removable battery pack. I picked this up because there are so many times that I need a drill for either drilling a hole or screwing something in, and for $15 you can't beat it. I also picked up an assortment of drill bits by Black & Decker for $5. Once I've got my 3 holes drilled, I'm going to drill 3 more holes on the top of my rolling pin. Leaving me with this. Now using my Aleene's tacky glue and my blocks from the Dollar Tree, I'm going to glue together 6 of my blocks side by side, and I'm going to do 4 sets of 6. Then I'm going to glue 2 of the 4 rows together, and I'm going to repeat this with the other 2 rows of 6 as well. Then I'm going to glue them on top of each other, giving me a good solid base. And again, using the Aleene's tacky glue, on the end of the rolling pin that I don't have the holes, I'm going to place some glue, and I'm going to place this rolling pin on top of the base that I just made with my blocks. I'm not using hot glue for this because hot glue isn't going to hold this well enough. Using some of Dollar Tree's green floral wire, I'm going to cut about a 4-foot piece of this wire. I'm going to fold my 4-foot piece of wire in half. Then taking these metal clamps that I got from the Dollar Tree by Tool Bench, I'm going to clamp one end of this wire that I just folded in half. And I'm going to place the other end in my drill, closing the drill up on this end. Then I'm going to stretch out my wire, and I'm going to press my drill, and it's going to twist my wire for me. This is a quick, easy way to twist your wire and to strengthen your wire. Because this wire is such a thin gauge wire, I wanted to strengthen it up. And you can very easily do that by doubling up your wire and twisting it. Once I remove my wire from my drill, I'm left with this tightly twisted wire, which really strengthens the wire. I'm going to fold it in half again. Then taking my metal clamps, I'm going to clamp the wire in the middle. Then I'm going to place the end back in my drill, and I'm going to twist half of this wire again, leaving my wire looking like this. The bottom half twisted and the top, I can still separate the two pieces. Now taking my floral tape from the Dollar Tree, I'm going to wrap this wire in floral tape. This is going to thicken my wire up a bit, which is what I'm looking to do. And it's going to finish it off, giving it a more finished look. Once I've got the wire wrapped with the floral tape, I'm going to take some needle nose pliers, and on the end of my wire, I'm going to curve in the ends of this wire just like so. So you'll be left with something that looks like this. You can always use a thicker gauge wire that you can get at Walmart and skip the whole step of twisting the wire. I was just doing this using items that you can find at the Dollar Tree. I made 9 total wires in varying sizes, which I'll explain to you once we start putting this together. Now that my rolling pin and my base are dry from gluing it together, using the folk art paint in the color of Cafe Latte, I'm going to give this a nice base coat. I'm not going to do multiple coats on this. I'm going to just do one base coat of this color. Once my base coat is dry, I'm going to be doing a Crackle Medium for the next step, and I'll be using a Crackle Medium by Folk Art. Because I'm going for that white birch tree look for this DIY, that's why I'm using this. This step is completely optional. I'm going to apply a nice coat of this Crackle Medium over my base coat. Once I've applied it, I'm going to let it set for about an hour so the Crackle Medium can cure. This Crackle Medium by Folk Art you can find at Michael's. I believe I paid about $6 for it. It's a nice sized bottle. I've had this bottle for about 8 or 9 months now, and I've used it in several DIYs, and I've used maybe a fourth of the bottle. It goes very far. It's an amazing Crackle Medium, and it works a lot easier than the Elmer's glue method. My Crackle Medium is dried and cured using Waverly's chalk paint in the color of ivory. You can use an acrylic paint if you want by Apple Barrel. I'm just using this chalk paint because it's what I have on hand already. I'm going to apply a real light coat of my paint over the top of this Crackle Medium. When working with this Crackle Medium, you really want to make sure and not apply too thick of a top coat over the Crackle Medium, because it will affect the outcome of your crackle. You don't want to go over it too many times. You just kind of want to brush over it lightly, giving it a light coverage, not looking for perfection, because the less perfect it is, the more character it's going to have and the better the outcome. When applying the top coat of paint over the Crackle Medium, you'll see the effects of the crackle taking effect pretty quickly, and your paint will dry pretty quickly as well. I'll also be applying a light coat of the Waverly chalk paint to my wires as well. And again, I am not looking for perfect coverage when painting these wires. Now that all my paint is good and dry on everything that I've painted, using my hot glue gun, I'm going to put some hot glue on the end of my wires, and I'm going to place these wires in the holes that I drilled in my wooden rolling pin. Now, when placing these wires into my rolling pin, I'm going to make the bottom wires a bit longer, and as I taper up the tree, I'm going to cut the wires to make them smaller so they taper up the tree, giving me that tree effect. And so I initially did not cut my wires because I wanted to cut them as I was gluing them. And unfortunately, I had to take this project apart because after I had glued them, I noticed I never pressed record, so I pulled it apart, and now I'm gluing them back together for you again. but I just took some wire cutters and cut my wires so it tapered up as I go up the rolling pin. And on the top of my rolling pin in these 3 holes, I made 3 different size wires. They are a lot smaller than the wires that I put on the side of my tree, and I'm going to place them right on the top of this rolling pin. And there you have it. This is what you should be left with. A white birch picture holder. I gotta tell ya, I love this DIY. And what I've decided to do is make 3 of these. And I'm gonna put all 3 of my kids on each tree, all 12 years of their school pictures on it. I think that this is such a fun idea, and what a fun way to display all the years of them going to school. You could also use Dollar Tree's mini wood clothespins to attach the pictures to the branches. And with Christmas coming, this would make the perfect gift for any grandparent or parent. Guaranteed, they're gonna love it.
How stinking cute is this DIY? I love this piece, and like I told you, I can hardly wait to do 2 more to add Ray and Kayla's pictures to them from kindergarten to 12th grade. I hope you all enjoyed this video. Please give this video a thumbs up, and let's get this video to 3,000 likes, because those thumbs up really do help my channel to grow, and it helps YouTube to notice me just a bit more. Until next time, everybody, I hope you have a fantastic day. Happy crafting on a budget, and bye for now, everybody.